What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing today, because in today's video we have yet another Slipknot mask to unbox. But not just any Slipknot mask. We have been on a roll lately with the Slipknot masks. I just realized that this is like the third Slipknot mask unboxing in a row. Taking it back to the roots. Anyways, in today's video we don't just have your average Slipknot mask to unbox. This is a very, very special piece. Somewhat one of a kind, even though I think this is like two of a kind now, but you'll see what I mean by that here in just a second. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and jump on into the package. This package comes to us from our good friend Enrico Palma overseas in Italy, and it arrived in great shape, although it did take a little longer than expected because for some reasons customs thought that this was a suspicious package and they decided to go through it. I can only imagine how disappointed they were when they looked inside and saw a Slipknot mask and not a bunch of cocaine or something else illegal. Regardless, we have it here now, so we are going to go ahead and jump on into it. We will cut through all of this tape and plastic wrap and get to the actual box itself. And then we will see what's inside. I do know at least one thing that's inside, but Enrico messaged me and kind of made it seem like there was going to be more than just the mask that I was expecting. So let's go ahead and see what's up. All right, so here we have it. Looks like we can just go ahead and cut this tape open, pop these tabs up, and we will be good to go. All right, so right on top here, we've got a note. I will slide the box to the side and we can read this first. And it says, "All thoughts fly, so the masks. Among pure art replicas and real deals, here is a festival-used mask by the actual maker, permeated by the energy of the place and the incapable emotions of myself. A unique piece whose story was fulfilled that exact day. A special mask deserved a special way to be sent to the home where it belongs, to the person that made this happen. I could make a few others in the future, but the precious memories it carries with can never be replicated. Grazie, AJ, from Enrico." And as we go, this will all start to make sense. I'm sure that a lot of people just heard me read that note and wondered, what the fuck am I listening to? But I promise, as we go, it'll make sense. And we've got some stuff here that I'm actually going to wait to show you guys. Hopefully you didn't see that earlier in the video, maybe peeking out of the box there. But I want to show the main piece off first and just kind of have everything make a little more sense. So there is a special box that this thing is in, and that's pretty cool. And I just want to make sure that I've got everything else. I do. So we can put the box to the side. We can get rid of all of this bubble wrap. Much, much better than packing peanuts, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and unwrap this and see exactly what we're dealing with. Looks like a nice, sturdy little wooden box. Oh man, it's gonna have its own display case already. That is pretty cool. There's something sticking out of the top here. Just looks like a sheet of paper, and it looks like we can, yep, okay. We can slide this up, and that will give us what we are about to see. Pull off gently. That's what she said. I already did, because I always pull off gently. And yeah, we can take this thing out. I don't even have to take it out. This looks absolutely fucking insane. Wow, what a delivery. Guys, look at the display that this thing came in. And where do we even begin with something like this? So obviously what we have inside is going to be a Jay Weinberg mask, but not just any Jay Weinberg mask. Obviously this one looks a little bit different than his regular The End So Far or Late We Are Not Your Kind mask. And that is because this is an exact replica from the real mold of the location-based mask that Jay wore earlier this year for their Italy show. Jay likes to do culturally appropriate or culturally appreciative masks of the locations that he visits where they don't get to play too often. So he's done masks for a number of places, and most recently he did one for Japan, but then right after that the band went over to Italy. And Jay ended up using this exact mask in Italy. Kinda. This isn't the stage-used mask, although I have had the stage-used mask in my possession, and that is because I was actually the one that forwarded it to Jay. Now, I did a video when Jay premiered this mask talking all about how that came to be, and basically, long story short, I saw a post by Enrico of a mask that I just thought was cool. It was his own custom Italy variant of a Jay Weinberg mask. I thought that it was so neat looking on its own that I showed Jay and just said, hey, this thing's super dope. Jay got back to me and was like, dude, that thing is absolutely gnarly. I would love to have that because not only does it look cool, but I know exactly what he based that mask off of. Well, it turns out that Enrico had actually based this Italy version off of some sculptures, these giant rock creatures, these monsters that are at a very famous garden over in Italy, and it also just so happened that Jay was actually planning to get married in the mouth of one of those monsters. So Jay very clearly had some ties to this mask. Aside from the fact that it looks absolutely fantastic, he was obviously very sentimental about the fact that him and Chloe literally almost got married in the place that the mask was honoring. Match that up with the fact that Jay had already been doing some of these like location-based masks to kind of honor where they were playing at the time, and it was just meant to be. So Enrico sent me the mask, I sent it to Jay, Jay used the mask, and now Enrico is telling me thank you by not only sending me this mask, a perfect replica from the same exact mold and the maker of the person that made Jay's real mask, but he sent it in the coolest possible box. Like, this is just absolutely insane. This is going to have to go on the table with all of my stage-used gear, and although this isn't technically stage-used, it is a real mold, real deal piece, and that presentation and display alone makes it super, super worth it. So I am very, very stoked on this. I will go ahead and pull the mask out of the package here so you guys can get a little bit of a better look there. Obviously, this is absolutely flawless, and I've completely forgotten about what could be the most important part. Because, as if everything that I just listed wasn't cool enough, Enrico actually wore this to the Knotfest performance where Jay wore his, and we've got pretty much as close as you can get to an experienced used piece. As he was talking about in that note, all of his emotions from that day went into this mask. It got to see the Knotfest Museum. It got to see the full performance. This thing was looking at Jay while Jay was looking at this out in the crowd. That is pretty cool and very, very sentimental. So from start to finish, I absolutely love this gift. I love the look of the mask. I love the story about the mask. I love the fact that I got to be involved with bringing this mask to the light. And I love that this is a gift from the maker. Just saying thanks, because that is really basically what all of this is about. I was literally just showing some appreciation for a fellow artist of mine. I really, really like the mask that he came up with. And then that led to Jay using the mask on stage, which is something that Enrico never, ever thought was possible. What mask maker out there thinks, you know what? One day I'm going to see a member of my favorite band wearing one of my masks on stage. And not only did he get to see that, but he got to see it in person, which is absolutely incredible. So we've got a big thank you here that I couldn't be happier about, and I just really, really appreciate it. So shout out to Enrico, shout out to Jay, shout out to everybody that's in our circle. This is the best hobby on planet Earth. I am 100% confident in saying that, aside from some of the turds out there, which every hobby has. So, of course, I'm going to be leaving you guys with some nice up-close shots of not only this piece, but the display that it came in. We will get it set up on the table and show it off there in the collection as well, and that will be that. Before we go, I have to give a massive, massive thank you to Enrico. This thing is absolutely perfect, and I really, really love it, and I truly do cherish it as a gift, and I appreciate your friendship and all that other mushy gushy shit. I'm very, very happy that all of this happened. Now, if you guys would like to go check out Enrico's work, because you definitely will want to go check out Enrico's work because he's an absolute madman at the trade, I will, of course, be dropping his information down below. Make sure to go over there and show him some love and maybe even buy something. But whatever you do, make sure that you tell him that the House of Masks sent you, so maybe he'll keep sending us cool stuff in the future. And with all of that out of the way, we are going to go ahead and shut this one down. So thank you guys for being here. I definitely appreciate you hanging out with me every single day and watching these videos still. Until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to doing the right thing, and we will see you guys in the next one.